Yeah, hi there. These comments are for 0430, and I am Michael, the founder owner and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL iBT. And you're also one of my students in the English language program here at California State University, San Bernardino. So I'm just using number 0430 for privacy purposes. And I want to comment on the paper that you just turned in last week. So overall, you got 29 points out of 45. So you ended up with 64% on this assignment. So what I want to do right now is to point out certain areas of the paper, I think, where you can actually improve. And one of the biggest areas, I think, is the body paragraphs and the conclusion. Just in those three areas, you lost 10 points total in just those sections. So with the body paragraphs, the good thing is you actually have topic sentences that connect back to the thesis, which is good. However, you need to organize or develop. You need to develop these ideas a little bit more. So let me give you some examples of some things that you can do to develop ideas. So paragraph 2, you have children's weight is strongly influenced by genes or genetics, maybe. Some children have the higher risk of obesity because of genes from their parents. The genes result in that children get fat easily. If children were born in a family whose parents are overweight, they usually will become obese children. Now then you have the quote, but it isn't clear who is saying this quote. So you have to say something like this. This is Dr. Claire Llewellyn, according to what you have in your Works Cited section, right? So you might introduce it by saying, Dr. Claire Llewellyn, comma, a leading Harvard researcher in obesity for the last 20 years, comma, states, and then you have the quote, previous research has shown that obesity runs in families, and so on. So don't forget that before you introduce the quote, you need to use a signal phrase, and you could even qualify the individual by telling us who the person is, and that helps us understand why you're using the source. So because you didn't say that, it was kind of hard to understand how that source fit within the paragraph. And this is what's called a dropped quotation. So go to Google right now. Type in the keywords. What is a dropped quote? And when you spell dropped, D-R-O-P-P-E-D. What is a dropped quote? Now, in addition, in paragraph 2, maybe, you can give a personal experience to further develop the idea. That's going to help. You might want to say, in addition, you might say, one of my friends, whose parents are both fat, is also fat. And his parents were also fat. Clearly, he's fat because he inherited the fat genes from his parents, who inherited them from their parents. You see what I'm saying? So you could also use a personal example in there to help illustrate the idea. The next one is in paragraph 3, you have a good topic sentence. You say the children's eating habits also play an important role in determining a child's weight. You have, today, many children spend a lot of time on eating snacks. But which snacks? Are they eating Cheetos? Are they eating tortilla chips? Are they eating Doritos? Are they eating donuts, Krispy Kreme donuts? Try to be a little more specific in the words you're using. That really helps to make your argument a little bit stronger. You have many children don't like eating healthy foods like fruits and vegetables. How about right then you can give an example. You can talk about your personal experience or the experience of someone you know, and talk about how this person as a child did not like eating healthy fruits and vegetables. So again, you need to develop your ideas a little bit more. You talk about some foods' calories are even more than a daily required quantity. Again, give an example. We want to say, for example, if a child eats an entire bag of potato chips, he or she will consume more than 1,200 calories in that one bag of potato chips, 3 or 4 times more the amount of sodium that they need in a given day. And that's going to help, I think, illustrate the point you're trying to make. So that's really the main thing, is you can definitely develop your ideas a lot more. That will really help you, I think, to improve your writing score. That's something you want to think about, right? Now, the other thing, you did lose quite a few points. If you look at the rubrics here, you lost 3 points on the conclusion, and mainly, you really didn't restate your key points. So if you look at your thesis, you say a lot of reasons result in obesity in childhood, but genetics, unhealthy eating habits, and community environment are the main causes. So when you get to the conclusion, you want to make sure that you restate those points. So you didn't really do that in the conclusion, so that would also help you to kind of organize your ideas a little more. And you also had some language issues. You missed 3 points in terms of grammar, spelling, punctuation, and having a good overall flow. So some of those language use issues are also making it a little hard to understand what you're saying. All right, so hopefully you have some ideas now. So what do you want to do now on the next paper? Make sure you develop your topics a little more. Try to use very precise, very specific vocabulary to help explain your ideas. How about this? Use concrete nouns. Use specific, not just common nouns, but concrete nouns to help explain your ideas. I think that would make your writing stronger. And also keep working on polishing your essay a little bit more. You had some problems with what's called verb tense problems. You had problems using either singular or plural nouns. For example, the word gene, you used it gene, 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 but I think you wanted to say genes or genetics. So I would make that word plural. So you had some problems in there with your verb tenses and also with using singular and plural nouns. Your score here again is 64 points out of 100 on this essay.